Well, hello everybody, Rick here, Beginner81. Hope you're all doing well today as always. So today's video, we're going to be talking about my new Ruger 2245 Mark IV LITE. Yes, it's a lot to say. Let me give you a little background on my experience with the 2245 and kind of tell you a little bit about it. So a friend of mine not all that long ago, a few years ago, we were at the range and he brought his 2245 out, and I was like, this is pretty cool, nice little pistol. And one of the cool selling points on it was he gets to the range, you want to shoot, and well, McFadden Machine makes a really awesome speed loader for these mags for the 2245s. Basically, you probably have seen it from my other video that I have up there, where you can basically just dump all the rounds in it and shake it up and load each mag up pretty quick, which is nice because the Ruger 2245 comes with, from the factory, 10 round magazines. So you only get 10 shots out of it. Makes for a nice quick loading so you can have fun and everything with it. So anyhow, recently I've gotten interested in trying out some rimfire challenge or steel challenge type matches and so on. So I started looking at the 2245 and picked up the 2245 Mark IV LITE. Now I went with the LITE because it's more of a race gun out of the box. It's got a nice little Picatinny rail on the top where you can put a red dot sight on it, and it's a lightweight pistol which also has a threaded muzzle on it as well, so that you could actually put either a compensator or a suppressor if you wanted to, if you're in a free state where you can purchase suppressors and so on. So needless to say, whenever I get something, I always want to make some modifications to it, make it my own. And that's what we kind of did today. I was originally going to do a video, like a how-to video on how to install some of these upgrades that I put on the pistol. But, really, TandemKross, which is what a lot of the components I installed on this pistol are from, has some great videos on their YouTube channel. So you should go check them out. You can kind of follow along with their videos. They're perfect. So let me tell you a little bit about what we did with this pistol today. Because I wanted to build a race gun, I decided I wanted to kind of go with all the top-notch add-ons that we could go with on this pistol. And TandemKross has a race gun kit, which pretty much provides your base necessities in a sense for building a race gun out of this 2245. And this kit comes with their Halo charging ring, the Mark Pro magazine bumpers, and the Victory trigger, and also the Titan extended magazine release, which has a choice of 2 different buttons on it, which is pretty cool. Now, the Halo charging ring is pretty simple. It's just like a D-ring on the back that you can yank on pretty easily. And then the Mark Pro magazine bumpers kind of give you a little bit more of a positive engagement with your pistol mags, because they give you a little bit more to grab onto at the base of them and provide just a larger bumper on the bottom when you drop them on your pistol. The Victory trigger is a flat face trigger. It also helps reduce the trigger pull by using a little bit of a mechanical advantage to it. And then Titan magazine release is basically a extended magazine release, like I said, with 2 different button choices. We also went ahead and got their magazine disconnect, which I thought was pretty cool, because one of the things that the 2245 comes with out of the box is a magazine disconnect. And for those who don't know what that means, is basically, let's say you have a loaded round in the chamber and you drop the mag. Well, in theory and by design, the gun is not supposed to be able to be fired because the magazine is removed from the pistol. Well, I don't like that. So luckily TandemKross makes a nice little feature that you can add onto it to defeat that, and that's what we also installed today. And along with that, we also went ahead and got their Cornerstone safety selector, along with their Game Changer Pro compensator. Like I said, we're building kind of more race gun build out of this one. And also, speaking of which, we went with their +1 Maximus followers for a couple of the mags to try out. And last but not least, we decided to go with their Hive Grip. Now this grip is pretty cool. I want to tell you about that first, and I'll kind of get into some of the things about this pistol as we go along. Let's kind of talk about some of the drawbacks to the stock out of the box 2245 and what some of the upgrades are going to kind of do. And again, this is my opinion. So everybody's got what they like, everyone likes different things and all that. So this is just my personal preference on it. Now the Hive Grip is a rubberized grip, and not only is it nice for the actual gripping of your pistol, but also the style points. It's got a really cool hive, like honeycomb pattern on it, and also has the finger grooves for nice positive engagement. And the material that's made out of is like a like a overmold, like soft, well, not overmold, but like a softer rubber. And what's neat about it is, as it kind of like, if your hand sweats a little bit and gets a little damp, moist, whatever, it gets a little more tacky, but not like sticky, more like tacky to help you grip onto it, which is great, especially for competitions. You're out in the summertime and it's pretty hot and so on. So that's pretty cool. Now, one of the things I will mention, and again, this goes all along with the whole, making a good gun great, which is kind of what TandemKross is all about, it seems. Adding their extended magazine release. One of my deficiencies for the pistol out of the box was that the magazine release is a little bit too shallow for me. And so the race gun kit comes with their Titan extended magazine release. Now, this is just one of the 2 buttons. Now, what I found during installing this is that the second button, which is more of a shaped where it kind of comes back a little further on the pistol, was actually getting where you couldn't actually push the button all the way down because of the way the grip was shaped. Now, maybe you could trim the grip if you really wanted to. I opted just to go with the regular round style button instead. Even though I did like the other style button because it came back a little further, and my thumbs are a little bit shorter, and I can't quite get a real good positive engagement. I can, but it's not as good as I'd like to. So also the safety. I got the cornerstone safety on here as we're talking about. You can kind of see it right here. What's kind of neat is the original one out of the box, neat feature, it has an ambidextrous safety out of the box. The cornerstone is not ambidextrous. It kind of removes that feature, which is okay for me because, honestly, one, I'm not left-handed. Sorry, lefties, unfortunately, because I think it'd be great if they had left-handed options. But for me, the original safety would kind of ride right in where my hand was here. So that got that out of the way for me and helped out. So I do like the positive engagement. Again, this pistol has been safety checked, so as I'm moving it around the room, don't be alarmed. The cornerstone, not only does it give me a nice positive engagement, nice click with the safety, but it also provides that when I'm safety off, a nice thumb rest, which, speaking of which, one of the things I would like to add on here is a thumb rest for the front, which actually Stripling Custom Guns makes, so that your other thumb, if you're a right-handed shooter again, can rest up against it and have a place to rest, which is really cool. So there's a couple of things that I kind of found with it. One other thing too about the pistol itself, it does have adjustable rear sight, which is neat. Again, that kind of goes hand in hand with it being kind of a entry-level out-of-the-box race gun, sort of. And then the flat face trigger, which has adjustable for the over travel and so forth adjustments. This is just a cool trigger. I like that skeletonized, gives it some more style points. It really takes this pistol to a whole other level with having these upgrades, just not only in the performance, which again, I haven't had a chance to go shoot it, but just the overall operation of it just in my hands, I'm really happy with to start with. We're going to get out to the range soon, but these upgrades actually make it just look so much cooler too. It really makes this gun feel a little bit bigger than it is. Adding the Game Changer Pro muzzle brake, or compensator rather, gives a little bit of weight to the front end. It also brings the muzzle out a little bit further, which, the weight of it also helps with the muzzle flip or muzzle rise. And then the actual porting of it, which is pretty cool. I'm going to kind of point this at the camera and kind of talk about it a little bit closer. You can see it's got these slots on the side, but it may be kind of hard to tell. They're actually kind of angled up. So I'm going to flip it around. So if you're back here looking at the sights, these ports kind of come out at a V. Not only does that help keep the muzzle rise down, but also helps vent the gases out kind of at a V pattern away from your sights, which is pretty cool. I think that's neat. So I'm looking forward to taking this out to the range, go and test it out. Again, if you want to see a how-to and how to install any of these components from TandemKross, go check them out, tandemkross.com, and also search for them on YouTube and Facebook and so forth. Give them a like. Couple things I'm probably going to do, as I mentioned, add a thumb rest up here and some type of red dot sight. I'm not sure which one, but I would like to mount something up on this rail and get that all set up. So anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed the short little overview of my tandemized Ruger 2245. I'm looking forward to getting this out to the range here shortly. And until next time, as always, have fun shooting. Love it.